And I want you now to describe me the very first impressions that you have as you begin to understand what is happening around you.
It feels like I'm sitting somewhere. It's like, yes, there are many chairs, very comfortable places to sit. It's like, it looks like in a theater.
Look around you, what do you see?
Well, I see. It's a very big place. There's space for lots of people, lots of audience.
Is it open air or is it a closed space? Is it a room or a hall? Do you see a ceiling or how is it?
It has a ceiling, but it can be used as a screen. So it's like so it's inside, and it's built like an amphitheater where the seats are at different levels, so everyone can see optimally.
So it's round.
Yes, the shape is round.
Okay.
But the people are not all over. They are like 3/4, a little bit less. That's full with people, and it's full. It's fully occupied.
Can you please describe me how do you look like? Can you look at yourself? Look at your body?
It's me again. From our last encounter, it's the same body, the same robe.
The blue dress? Okay.
Even though there's something else.
Can you describe what it is that is different this time?
It's something that's fixed around my shoulders and my head. It's like a device. Seems to be some sort of
device?
Yeah, some sort of device, some sort of tool.
Can you tell me about its function?
It's somehow connected to keeping me in this environment. It's like being hooked into this place, or rather be connected to it. I could detach it anytime if I wish to. It seems to be relevant for the transmission that is being passed on to everyone present. Yeah, to optimize sort of reception of the information that's being passed on.
Tell me more about this transmission. Who or what is transmitting the information?
Well, Ranara is next to me. Well, she's kind of, she's here guiding us again. And she's giving me some information for us. Now, me specifically, not to the whole room. She says we are now present in the meeting of the Indigo delegation, and she's guiding my attention to a group of different beings who are kind of on the panel of speakers. And there's Serafina, there's Lord Arcturus.
Sorry?
I think he's known by the name Lord Arcturus.
Okay.
The representative of the Arcturians.
Can you describe him for us? Does he have a physical body? How does he look like? How does he appear?
He seems to be wearing a robe around him, a long robe. Very large. It seems kind of, I don't know, somehow surprising. I don't know why. I don't think I ever encountered him before. Oh, never. As a visual impression. She's asking me to look at the other people in the panel, and there's Ashtar, and there are representatives of the Pleiades.
Of the Pleiadians?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many people are in the panel? How many do you see?
It's a very big panel. It's like the quarter that is not occupied by listeners. I think it's 60 or 70. But there seem to be somehow more. And the ones I mentioned have been pointed out to me specifically by Anara. They are representatives of many different species. It's a beautiful mixture of cosmic family.
So just to get the picture, you said that there's like an amphitheater and there are chairs all around. Is there like a central stage for some who are speaking, or are they sitting all around? Is it more? How is it the formation of this meeting?
They are all sitting around, kind of on equal levels. And the one who's speaking is taken into focus and projected into the center. It's like it's like a very large projection of that being.
Tell me more about that. How is this being done, or how could you describe it?
It seems to be it's kind of normal. No one's surprised that it's done this way. It's very practical because it's easy to see who is presenting or speaking, and the information is basically transmitted telepathically.
Okay. So this is the Indigo delegation?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is it appropriate to ask some more information about it now, or?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry, I was surprised. I was, but yeah, Anna was encouraging me to yes, say who you see, and there's Dolores Cannon.
Is she?
Yes, she's in the panel.
Wonderful! I get goosebumps. What type of body does he have?
She has a human body. She looks like, she has a human body. A bit younger version than she's most known for. Yes, much younger. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she looks much younger, like in her 40s or something. Younger than the standard pictures you see, that is currently on. Yeah. So
she's attending the meeting?
Yes, it seems like it. She's changing kind of. She starts to look. Yeah, no, she looks like she looks. There are many different levels of information coming in. So I'm present in this place, watching what's going on, and at the same time, I'm now zooming into closer to her, and she's so much younger. Also, in terms of personality, you can feel it. Not yet experienced. Is she aware of me? Not the one present in the meeting, but on another level, she is here with us. Her older version, the version that left the planet.
She wants to speak? Wonderful. We would like to hear what she has to say. Hello, Dolores.
Hello, Aura.
I am so pleased to connect with you.
So am I.
And it's such an amazing surprise that you are in this meeting. It's so amazing.
Yes. Well, not for me, but indeed, it is not known yet, and it's lovely to have both of you as visitors. I am very excited that you connected in this way. I'm very happy about it. I actually consider it a privilege. I will explain later why I use this word very specifically. So yes, I was part of the preparation team for the Indigo delegation.
What do you mean by that? Can you tell us more?
Yes, I'd love to. When we made plans to support the development on Earth, we designed different waves, different groups with different profiles to be seeded on the planet. Some of these are known on Earth. So the Indigo delegation is connected what is known under the name of Indigo children, Indigo people with a specific personality, with specific abilities.
Is this what you were referring to as the waves of volunteers?
Yes.
Okay.
What I've explored in my later work on Earth were also waves. the 3 waves of volunteers which I identified. What I would like to add to this information is that, of course, many of these waves, many of the waves are not identified yet at all. And let's just call them groups with specific abilities, with specific profiles, specializations. Some of these waves overlap. For example, members of the indigo waves, many of them are second wavers. But the reason why I'm connecting today is I would like to explain some of the qualities and some of the functions of the so-called indigo group, because it is relevant at the moment, in this point in time, because they have come to a new stage of development, of the next level of their self-expression. You can really look at it like a plant that starts growing. It goes through different stages of development, of different stages of maturity, and by doing so, radiating that very energy that they embody at that moment. The waves are designed to bring a specific type of energy to the planet and to radiate this energy. This is well known. The indigo group, they have a high level of development. They came here in the knowledge that their very presence was going to impact the energy field of Earth.
Yeah, can you tell us more about this new phase and what does it mean?
Yes, the indigos currently, many of them experience what you two have been talking about, this elevated level of internal freedom, the elevated level of well-being, independence. We could call it you're blooming. You're reaching a level of development that you've been longing for a long time, and that is much closer to your natural being state. The energies on Earth allow for this to happen. And the indigo group is encoded to respond to these frequencies. It's like the spring and bloom. There's a moment when the right energies are around you, you start to blossom. In other words, you start to express this level of being. Why is that so important? It is a level that allows you to create proactively from a state of well-being, from a state of freedom, compared to before. Most of humanity in the past, and still in large parts, is not creating deliberately. They are not creating from a state of positive point of attraction. They are creating by, you could say, by default, from old patterns which still carry a lot of fear. So this different being state that many of the indigos are reaching currently allows them to be the actual creators. And I want to remind them of that they came for this very reason, because this ability allows you to manifest changes in your own life, but subsequently also for all people. So the indigos currently, which reach this level, are powerful creators, positive creators. They can use this being state, and they already do, to create beautiful things. Not fear-based, And this ties into the transmission of Sarafina before, and through the transmission that Mona received the day after your last session, because she's reminding you that, and wants to make it very clear for everyone, and I want to do so too, that you become fully aware of the fact that you are creating your own reality. You really do. And that's something, the more deeply you embrace this, the more joyful your creation will be. You will be more lucid about what you choose. You will be more lucid and pay more attention to your thoughts, to anything that you do, because anything has an impact. And reaching this changed state of being is enjoyable in itself. It feels good. It feels so much better. You all remember how it felt before, so it's enjoy this. And yeah, be full of appreciation for it, because you came here exactly for this, to experience this. So first of all, congratulations. It is a reason to celebrate. It is what you came here for, to reach this level, because this changes so much. And you've all done so much in the past to get here, and we all know this. And now you reached this new state, and we want you to be able to fully embrace it, to become fully aware of it, of the potential that it has. That's why Serafina started to connect to Mona more and more, to pass on reminders and to help embody this more and more, and not to forget it, to really pay attention, to make most of it, to think big, to really think big.
I would like to extend this gratitude to you, Dolores, personally, because I believe that your work has influenced a lot the development of this shift. And I would like to ask you, because you are now part of this, the eternal now, part of this Indigo delegation, and you wrote these books that became so popular and awakened so many people about the 3 waves of volunteers. So it seems as if it was part of your mission to awaken these beings in this mission.
Yes, it was certainly a mission that I chose. And a wonderful one too. I enjoyed it so much. And it is beautiful. It's beautiful to see that the books are still reaching people. And what's even more beautiful is to see how things continue to develop.
What do you see from that perspective? How is the development unfolding into the new earth?
If I describe it from my perspective, the work I did and that I published on the planet, it was like an ignition. It was like in itself a strong impulse, energetic impulse that was rippling across the earth.
And it still does.
It does. But what I see now is that it's like a domino effect. So I pushed a stone, and that's really all I did. And everything else was in place. The mechanism was in place. The people were in place. All these beautiful volunteers, and so much other people contributed was amazing research and findings. So I feel like I tipped the domino stone, and that set in motion so many beautiful things. Many groups were reached by this domino effect, and then started to develop their own work, their own line of work. Small groups which do research, connect to the interdimensionality. Some of them publish, some don't, but everyone is contributing to this really network of volunteers. It's beautiful, very beautiful. And I can only encourage people to follow their intuition, to follow their heart in exploring and developing where they feel guided to. That's how I did it. I just continued doing what felt right to me, and where I felt my heart was guiding me to, where I felt joy and curiosity, and that was my guiding star, regardless of what other people would say. And I can only advise anyone anyone really, to focus on your inner plane as your guiding light, and to connect to those who resonate, to understand that, and not worry about criticism or people who have different opinions. That's fine. Everyone's doing different things and relevant things, and they don't always go hand in hand. No problem. Just don't let it interfere with your development and what you are bringing to the table.
May I ask you, what is your connection and role in the Indigo delegation? How are you related?
Right now, I would like to. I'm here I'm here on a promotion tour, so to say. I want to really give a focus to the set of people which are here on the panel. I'm one of them. But more important than me is currently Serafina, for example, because during this meeting of the Indigo delegation, it was an introduction to the project. This is one group of representatives of the Indigo delegations, and they are being shown and introduced to different teams. They know they will be incarnating, but they know there will be many, also many, who will be supporting from different dimensions, who will not be incarnating, but who will be closely connected, monitoring, supporting in different ways. The Arcturians specialized in their technology with large ships, help to transmute enormous amounts of energy. As you've explored yourself in the transmissions about the ET devices in Berlin, they can remove entire dimension fragments from Earth and many other things. They have healing abilities, they do crop circles, many, many things. So this is one level. Then, of course, there are the monitoring teams, which are assigned specifically to each and every star seed, which are composed of their star family of chosen people. And it was always known that there would also be guardians who help during the different levels of awakening. And Serafina, as she told herself in the last session, is the guardian specifically currently for the developing, ascending, awakening, whichever term you want to know it, blossoming indigos. She's, I would say, she's one of the most beautiful teachers for creating from a loving heart.
Does she represent a certain race? I guess she's not incarnated on Earth right now, right?
No, she's not incarnated, and I was checking in with her if she would prefer to speak herself, but she says I should just go ahead. She's not a representative of any specific space. She's a representative of the dimension that she's speaking from. It's a frequency of love. She will be speaking later, so she can give you a description from her perspective. But from mine, she's residing in this energy field from which she transmits the information of pure and delightful creation. And that's why she is. So when you connect to her, part of you that's bridging through the dimensions and receiving the information.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you wish to share with us today?
I hope to be connecting again in the future. And I'm thanking you both for this opportunity.
Thank you, Dolores. It's always a pleasure to connect with you. Please do reconnect with us. We would be so happy.
I will, and I will observing you.
I know that.
Much love.
Much love.